Okay. Jen's Monday Morning Coffee Tech 2. Pre-recorded, of course. My apologies about the live. Internet's just being a pain in the rear. Okay. Y'all say prayer. We're under tornado watch. All is well. It's okay. We'll do it the long way around if we got to. The main thing is you get your questions answered. Okay. So I wrote them down. Of course, Nadia gave them to me too, and I have the coffees. And thank you so much. Let's get started. And then we'll do your oracles. All the ones that have come in, I will get those done. Okie dokie. All right. Let's start with our J. Rocco had one. He woke up feeling this was Sunday. He was totally convinced. Okay. Is this a type of time loss? Interesting. You didn't go back in time, did you? All right. Let's see. What's going on? What's going on with Rocco's thinking it's Sunday? I switched the decks to Tarot of Dreams. Not that I don't like our blue Rider-Waite's, but I just went ahead and went with this one. All right. What is going on with Rocco? Is this a time loss? Is this a form of time loss? Rocco, it feels like it's Sunday. What's going on? Okay. Wow. You jump in time on us. Remember when I said, and that wasn't really a joke, it was a joke, but wasn't a joke. Did you go backwards on us? Well, I think you did. You're holding on to yesterday for a reason. The Four of Pentacles is the guy holding on for dear life, okay? You're holding on to yesterday for a reason. Now you asked, is it a form of, or a type of time loss? Sweetheart, you got two aces here. Yep, absolutely. Time loss. You're jumping. Now the question is why? This is giving and receiving, and it's a humanitarian card. They're giving you a time difference, but why? So I'm going to pull a little bit more. What is going on with this time? Wow, you are spiritually bouncing back and forth, sweetheart. You're still going to do it, and it's going to happen a lot more frequently. This is, you jumped. You jump. You're jumping back and forth. This is an ongoing thing, and it's going to keep happening. I don't know that you want to hear that, but I also get that you can manifest this on your own. A Knight of Pentacles is someone who thoroughly sits and thinks about something that they need or want, and is a manifester. You can actually do this. Are you spiritually doing this? Because I want you to pay attention. And I know that you love watches and about time. There is a reason. I want you to pay attention. Maybe this is one of the reasons I chose to go back to this deck. The Wheel of Fortune kind of looks like a clock or a compass in direction. Remember, the Wheel of Fortune can be reversed. It goes one way and can be reversed. Do you have the ability to do this, is what I'm asking. Are you doing it subconsciously and you just don't know it spiritually? Sorry about the bouncy camera, guys. I believe this is a gift. Baby Page of Swords. You're starting out with a new gift. What you doing? Wow. And I know you've told me before that you don't really remember a lot at nighttime when you do sleep. Curious to know if you recently started remembering more dreams, but you are controlling this time. This is part of your ascension. It's really cool. The final card on it is don't fear it. Okay? You're going to be able to get the truth about why you're doing this. It's not a bad thing. It's nothing negative. I have no negative cards here. I think you're mastering a skill. If you can manipulate time, bend time. There's a lot of things you can do outside of this dimension. You just might be doing it, Rocco. I like the base card. I just got to download. The Nine of Pentacles is being independent. Are you independent of time? Because that's a manifestation of abundance. Are you independent of time? This may be one of your skills that you're mastering. Interesting. I'm simply going to ask the cards, is this a specific skill that Rocco needs to master? Yep. The Emperor. It's almost like he's holding two staffs, right? I can hold yesterday and today and tomorrow. It's like time frames. I can go back and forwards. I can control both. Be in the middle, in the present, or I can go backwards and I can be in the future. That's fascinating. Well, Jay, I hope that resonates with you, sweetheart. But emperors represent great leaders and authority figures. I think it's beautiful. All right. There's a fly in here. Will aggravate me to death. Now, Miss Caroline. Let me check that one off. Good morning, Caroline. I'm sorry I didn't get to this one in the chat. Is there something that you need to work on? All right, so that's just pretty much a general reading. All right, something Miss Caroline needs to work on. Does she need to work on? Is there something she needs to work on? Interesting. Okay, so the Three of Wands, remember, is the guy that looks out into his future. So something about your future. Are you working on future plans? It's not a pentacle, so it doesn't necessarily have to be financial. Wands are about determination. Are you determined to do something? Now, it can be financial. Do you need a new home? Do you need to move? Do you need a new car? Those kind of things. Do you need new friends? Do you need new family? You know, you understand what I'm saying? If you're trying to make a great change towards your future, this is what we're going to look for. The Queen of Swords is trying to find balance in her life between negativity and positivity, because remember, she's the one that will fight you if she has to, but she'd rather not. Okay? She's about truth, and balance, and justice. Now, ooh, that wind is bad. The Knight of Wands is having determination to start or complete your project. Wands are passion. That's a fire sign. Okay? So is there something that you really want to accomplish? We have a visitor. Hold on. As long as he doesn't come up here and start tearing stuff up, it'll be all right. Now, another thing that the cards are telling you. This has to do with a group celebration. This is a collective card. Are you wanting to make connections in the collective? All right. These are determination, finding truth. Okay. Is there something, are there contacts that you want to make? This is an emotional thing as well. Let's keep pulling so we can get a little more detail. What is this burden? What is this burden? Something's holding you down. Why? Now it's a 10, so it's not long term. Damn, Eagle. Thank you for visiting. Page of Wands. Are you going to start something new? Remember, this is right under the Knight of Wands, and if you've got the power and determination to start something fresh and new, and we start out with the Three of Wands about your future. Are you wanting to change something? This is a great change. What do you need to work on? Changing your situation? Spiritual deception? Because the Moon card is in here. That's illusion and deception. Maybe you have the desire and wanting to start something, and Sable's not going to sit still. You want to start something, but something's distracting you, or the voice in your head's telling you, no, you can't do this. Work on your inner goals, sweetheart. What do you want to start? Start something fresh. Like I said, it could be a relationship, a job, needing a new car, needing to move. That's what those cards represent. Okay? Your base card on that is another wand. Do you have some desires to do something new? Because now that's a celebration. It can be, that's a new house, new car, new relationship. That's a marriage card. It's a We the People card. It's a combination, but it's a positive card. Are you needing to make great changes? I said one more. Ace of Wands. That's a huge card. That's starting a new endeavor. So I'm not sure, but it says you need to work on it. So whatever that is to you, that's what you're supposed to focus on, honey. Do you need a fresh start? Remember, wands are passionate. You've got the passion and desire to do it. Now just put the wheels in motion, so to speak. Okay? Caroline, I hope that helps, honey. Maybe you'll get a message from the oracles today when I read those. Sometimes those are a little bit more personal. So, we'll see. All right. Let's go over. Those are the ones from the chat room. Rocco had another one, but we're going to do that privately. And then let's go to our sweet DHP. Which DHP you need to contact me for your freebies. All right. So DHP says, in my vivid dream, I was on a plane that broke apart. Ooh. The passengers were screaming for dear life, but I instinctively flew out, held it together using the power of my mind, and safely landed it. Well, I wish you could have recorded that. No one got hurt. Intuition is kicking in. I'm sensing many meanings. Am I correct? And does this also have something to do with my abilities and powers I've been sharpening? Wow. That's a wild and crazy scenario. All right, well, let's see what Spirit says about it. All right. Can you manifest these things? Of course you can. Let's see what it's saying about your intuition. And then it has multiple meanings. All right. Thank you, Spirit. You are manifesting, sweetheart. Huh. That's funny. I have shuffled and shuffled and shuffled these cards. You almost got the exact same cards as Rocco did. They're in a different order, so it's amazing what's happened in this collective with our abilities. Now listen, this is a lot of responsibility spiritually for you, okay? So don't be so hard on yourself as you master these skills. They are your skills that you're mastering. I'll keep pulling, but after this, I'm going to get through these. This is a lot of burden to carry, okay? So don't let it get to you. All right, pray and meditate about it. Make sure that you stay in a high vibration as you sharpen these skills, okay? Don't let it become a burden, all right? All right, honey, you're a great manifester. All right, the Knight of Pentacles is someone who thoroughly sits and thinks and studies on these things to make them happen. So whatever you're doing, it's happening, all right? Now, the nine, these are independent skills. They are yours. Okay, that means you're not working with a group of people. These are yours. Remember, this lady is very abundant and secure. She's sovereign. She can snap her fingers and demand, okay? Very comfortable in her shoes. So I would feel comfortable with these skills. You've got this. Are you going to master them? Yep. Rocco got this card too. You guys are really on the ball with your ascension. The Emperor, a great master at his skills. Yes. And the plain thing does have multiple meanings. Because, look, I want you to pay attention to this. This is fast moving. The experience that you're having, a very vivid dream, it happened. This is something that happened, but maybe in a different density, okay? It happened and they will continue to happen. This is quick moving, fast moving, all right? They're trying to accelerate your manifestation abilities and your intuition. Now, it can, here's a warning, it can cause some inner spiritual conflict with yourself, okay? The Five of Wands represents, now it's short-lived. A 5 is very short-lived. You see Kitty in the back. It's very short-lived, but don't let it cause inner turmoil with yourself, emotionally and spiritually, because it's a lot. It's a lot to carry on your shoulders, okay? Remember this card that came up. Don't let it burden you, and don't let it cause you spiritual turmoil, all right? Your final card on that is the Chariot. You're a warrior that's overcoming any adversity that's going to step foot. You're very, very powerful. You take control. That's a warrior card, okay? That's a major arcana too. Very powerful. Enjoy it. But it comes great responsibility, right? Great gifts do. All right? What's your base card? They said, look at your base card. What is it? Well, now, that tells you everything. The High Priestess. There's a lot of things you can't see beyond the veil right now, but this is sharpening your intuitive skills. Okay? Lots of secrets. This is an ongoing process. Another major arcana card. So you are mastering some of those skills that are beyond the veil right now. Focus on your intuition because you got this. All right? All right. So that was that one. You're sharpening those skills. Many, many meanings to that. All right. Let's do this one. DHP also asked, has religion linked people to specific days, such as Saturday and Sunday, worship, linking them to specific planets, Mars and the Sun, in an effort to separate us from our personal connections with our respective planets? Flies gonna aggravate me. Kids gonna have to stop going in and outside. All right. Religion linked people. Let's start with that one. Religion linked people to specific days. Like Saturday is the seventh day Advocus. Can't even say it. Joe Biden's gonna come out today. Okay. Jehovah's Witness also does theirs on Saturday, I believe. Let's see what else they can tell us. If it's religion that links people to certain things, especially Oh, and the planets too, yeah. Is this due to separating us? What do we got here? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, thank you. It's religion. Family religion. That's what it's doing at. Okay. It's religion. It's friends. You are on to something. Ooh, wow. Absolutely, DHP. Okay, now, the way this card is aspected, the King of Wands is a go-getter, okay, determination. But he's a ruler as well. So let's look at it as, now I didn't get the Hierophant, but this is great rulers and leaders. So through religion or politics, things that cause division all the time. Yes, that's representing the leaders who decided to do this. Yes. All right. Now this, a baby page, a little drippy drop page of swords, is because mankind has been blinded by truth. Swords are about truth, words, what you hear, what you see, to fool the masses at a very young age. Indoctrination is what this stands for, okay? That's what their goal is to do in all aspects. So religion, politics, the media, the whole shebang. Now, it's definitely a yes, but you have advice not to let it bother you, but I want you to remember, this lady is the one that holds two swords, and normally it's to cause confusion. Which way do I go to listen to the truth? Do I listen to this faith that says this, to do it on this day and this day? It's about fear of the unknown. What do I do? Who do I listen to? Well, what does that do? It causes division. Absolutely. Now, it also causes confusion, and this is a trickster to take your strength away. All right? The trickster, like, you have so many different options to choose from when it comes to, maybe it's the astrology. Remember, we were told that the zodiac signs are all backwards and off. But as far as the faiths, what day to worship, what day, what not to, how to worship, these are the choices they give you. But in determining that, it also causes great division and conflict and illusion. You could pick a snake. You could pick, you know, some of them are winners, like but you don't know what you're going to get. They don't just pop up. Does that make sense? These pictures can represent good things and bad things, but you're blinded by what's in the cup, okay? Which messes with your emotions, because cups are about emotions. You get set in your ways, and it emotionally rocks the boat. Now, here's the really cool thing about what Spirit's trying to advise, because they always try to give advice too. Now, the baby page of Pentacles is the guy who sits there and he's manifesting a fresh new start, okay? I'm going to rethink this. The star card can represent making a wish on a star, but this is also the off-worlders and the real intention about spiritual balance. She's pouring two pitchers, okay? Give and take, all right? We have to use our discernment. I said look at the base card. Let's see what your base card is. Yeah. Their main goal is the Three of Swords. That's the heart with the three swords, and that's pure heartache and disappointment. That's their goal. Absolutely. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Yes, thank you. Six of Pentacles. To give humanity what they wanted to give you. which is enough to drive you nuts now that we know, right? Well, we're going to come out of that illusion. So when you hear the way they tell you you're supposed to be connected to this planet, or that means our birthdays are all screwed up. What's a calendar anyway? We know that there's 2 calendars. There's maybe even more than that. We don't know, because the spirit is beyond space and time. But as far as religion trying to keep you, all these things are to separate you from where you truly belong. So that's why we've been talking a lot recently about stepping more outside and away from the 3D and going within to figure out what feels right to you and what you're connected with, and let spirit draw you out, because it will lead you. Trust your gut, trust your intuition. That's why, and when everybody starts talking around you, including me, you have to use your own discernment. Everybody starts going blah, 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 I don't hear you. Yeah, go within and you'll find it. It'll be all right. All right, sweetie, let's go to, if you hear the littles in the background, they're playing. They're trying to play quietly. All right, DHP also says, Nadia mentioned that Viernes, which is is it Spanish for Friday? I know. Represents Venus. Learning that I originate from Venus, Friday, is there a latent influence associated with the day Friday that I can tap into unknowingly? Ooh. Okay, well that's the first part, and then I'll wait and read the second part later. All right. Latent influence associated with the day Friday. I'm not an astrologer, but I will certainly see what Spirit says. It'll at least give me a yes or no, and then we could do some research. Wow, that's a huge yes. That's a huge, huge yes. Now, since it's just yes or no, I pulled 4 cards. Now, this information is going to come to you. I think there's someone in the collective that may be able to help you master this. That information is going to come quickly, but this is collective. So maybe there's someone in the collective, the spiritual collective family, that can help you more than I can. So when you say Friday, if you're learning these things, what you've been taught all along will reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, but this is an abundance of information that's coming as well. The Wheel of Fortune can represent abundance. So, and it's a good positive thing because you have another major arcana. Something tells me the sun is a bright and cheery outcome. You're going to be learning a whole lot about the planets. So if you need to get in contact with somebody that's into the astronomy, I would highly recommend that. But it says there's someone in the collective you can turn to. Use your discernment. You know how to do that. You're a very spiritual person. It says, does this imply that each individual is inherently linked to a day, even without their knowing? Okay. I wonder if it's really the day. I mean, I'm going to ask it the way you did, but I'm curious if it's the day or if it's just the aligning of the stars. All right. Well, let's see. Let's see what Spirit says. They're screaming. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to pause. Littles were getting a little loud. Anyway, I was shuffling. That's what I was doing. All right, so each individual is inherently linked to a day is what we're asking, Spirit. Yes, very much so. Very, very much so. Yep. So this is a balance of time and space and manifestation. Because normally this is the guy with the infinity sign and its balance. This is supposed to, having this information is supposed to help you balance yourself out. So it's something to do with your abilities, which is interesting. We would be a lot better off if we would reconcile with this information and find someone that could give us this. This is about reconciliation and gift giving. I think you could find out your gifts if you really truly knew the true calendar. Sorry, Sable, you can't come up here. Yeah, a lot of power. This is a victory card. The wands are about, you could really hone in on your abilities with passion and desire. This has gone on for generations. The deception. The King of Pentacles is a generational card. Very powerful father figure. So if you can fix it, you can help generations to come as well. But this has been going on for generations. They have manipulated people. But you are specifically linked to a day. They are saying, look at the base card. Now this is fascinating. The Four of Swords represents hidden gifts and truth. If you could link whatever your connection is to a certain day in astrology and star alignment and that kind of thing, it could help you unpack your gifts, how to use them. Now, I strongly believe, now this is my opinion, I strongly believe that if you talk to Creator and go within and do your spiritual path of searching for knowledge, I think it will be downloaded to you. You don't necessarily have to go to astrology. I know it's the opposite of what I just said. If you're on a great journey and great path to go within, you can unlock your gifts. Let the Creator guide you and help you. It's great questions, DHP. You piqued my curiosity. So we got a yes that we are linked to a particular day, which means that we're linked to particular, you know, stars and signs in the sky, energy. There's lots of things you could link it to, but your answer is yes. It's interesting. It's something that I'm curious of deep diving into it anyway, too, because I can ask Spirit and they'll tell me through tarot yes or no and as many details as I can download, but it's fascinating. I should educate myself more on it too. Maybe we'll start doing that together. All right. Really, Sable? My apologies. Kitty cat's crazy. All right, DHP, here we go. In 1984, the movie Terminator, AI-based, was released. The Transformers action figures, AI-related, were released. Also, George Orwell has a book titled 1984. I have it, probably 2 or 3 copies of it. AI-controlled based, which released in 6/8/1949. Notice the numbers 1984 appear again. Good catch. I would have never caught that, but that's fascinating. Did something cosmically happen in 1984 that we don't know of, or maybe the numbers themselves have a special meaning when bind together? Great question. I love your questions. All right, so let's take it one thing at a time and we'll do, did something cosmically happen in 1984 that we don't know of? We'll break it in half. And now if Spirit wants to answer the whole thing, If the numbers are involved too, they'll do that as well. Sorry about the chaotic kitty. He's a kitten and he's just exploring. He's got more energy like he's littles. I don't know where they get it. You need to bottle it. All right. Something happened in 1984. Something happened in 1984. Some secrets going on here. Well, to answer your question, the Ace of Cups, that's a huge yes. Aces are a guaranteed yes in tarot world. At least it is for most of us. Yeah. It being a cup, I'm wondering if that affected people's emotions. It was an emotional shift. It's like spiritual shift. That's a huge yes. Jim's getting downloads. To cause more fear. To cause more fear. Wow. But to keep you in dark about the truth of what's going on. This guy was in the last one, remember? These are hidden gifts and truths. Well, you would never want to go after what they really truly are if you're terrified all the time. Wow. To keep you from manifesting. Baby Page of Pentacles is a manifester. To keep you from starting to know how to do that. So they had to start instilling more fear, but cosmically in the heavens, the Ace of Cups says yes. Wow. I think we were supposed to have a major spiritual breakthrough in that time frame. Okay, so you have another ace in here about truth. I think, stupid fly. I think that we were supposed to spiritually grow as well. I love the angel wings in this. But they had to figure out a way to keep us contained. They, when I say that, I mean the enemy, the dark side, the cabal, that kind of stuff, all right? Deep state stuff, all right? So they were holding on for dear life. I mean, holding tight. We got to get them under control. We got to get them, because they're going to come after us. Cosmically. Now that's, I'm going to focus a little more on cosmically. Cosmically, what can you tell me? Did we change timelines? That's your creator. Wisdom and the light of the creator. Two of Cups, making a deal, timeline. Look at the cosmic picture. Did we switch cosmically? Did the timeline change during that year? Did it? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. That's the Sun card. Look at the cosmic picture. It shifted. We changed timelines. Wow. Maybe that's why they're holding on for dear life so hard, because the timelines changed. We were starting to change things. Wow. Their intentions are terrible. They want to cause depression. I keep getting mental health. Well, I mean, if you think about it, I've been around that long too. I mean, I don't really remember hearing about mental health issues when I was a little kid. You didn't have a lot of things when I was a little kid. But they had to change our frequency. But cosmically, yes, it did. I think we changed timelines. That's amazing. All right, the numbers to bind them together. Let's take a peek at these cards. Well, so it's a 1, 9, an 8, and a 4. Well, you have the 4, you have the 9. This is getting interesting. Well, major arcana, so that's 1. 1, so those are 1s. That's a 1. So now we're just looking for the 8. I don't know that I have an 8. Let me ask Spirit. Let's just put these back and ask Spirit. Does the date mean something? Excuse me. So maybe that's not the way we're going to get the answer. He did get some of them. Do the numbers mean something? Let's see. 1984. Do the numbers mean something? That card came back in here. Apparently it does. So that would be 10, 18, 22, 22, and 2, 4. Wow, interesting. Okay. Well, the 2 cards that I pulled on that, the Creator came back in here, and the World card, to change the world. The numbers do mean something. Those are 2 major arcana cards that just says yes. You need to talk to someone in the collective that knows a little bit more how to add these numbers. Now, whether, it doesn't matter what you call it. You can call it, what is that, starts with a G. My mind's drawing a blank. I can't think of it now. I can't think of it. The gematria code? Is that what it is? Gematria? Understanding number? Whatever that is. Reach out to the collective and the community, and maybe somebody can help with these numbers. So if you guys know anything about 1984 or 1984 and you want to do the math, help our brother DHP out here. Help us all out, because that's not one of my skills. But there are many in the community that are blessed with those skills. So the answer is yes. I just can't give you the answer. It doesn't tell me. It just tells me what happened during 1984. And we had a magnificent time shift from the Creator. Very cosmic. Good question, DHP. Keep me on my toes, sweetie. All right. Very AI stuff too. But you're right. And right before that, they really started dumping the Star Wars stuff too. You know, Star Wars, Star Trek. All right, sweetie, let's go to the next one. Napoleon Hill wrote a book titled Outwitting the Devil, also known as Interview with the Devil. My understanding is that both light and dark entities had to collaboratively reach agreeable terms on both ends to enable this occurrence. That would make sense. Spiritual balance. How frequently have instances arisen where both light and dark forces united for similar incidences? Okay. Does this also happen for certain online videos and interviews? Very good questions. All right. Well, let's do the frequency card. How often do they have to both agree to do these things? I've seen it a lot in the past 2 or 3 years. Some of the movies that they've put out. So how frequently do the dark and light have to come together? I would not want to referee that battle, would you? Maybe you would. Oh. Okay. Let's see. We're looking for time frame. Tarot doesn't like time. Well, Spirit doesn't like time, but we'll see what the cards are telling us. Ooh, they do not like doing it either. Okay. So it looks like there's some agreement going on. They have to eventually agree to get it done, right? All right. So they have to look ahead into our future. This is a guy just wanting to, he looks out into the horizon like what's coming. All right. So when the dark and light forces have to come together, this is a huge struggle and battle. It beats them down, wears them out. All right. Well, we know the darkness would like to do that to us all the time. The reason I said they don't like doing it, it just causes so much inner turmoil and conflict. But they do have to do this. And they overcome it. They have to flip this. This is like a yin and yang kind of thing. The Chariot's about they have to fight and go forward, push forward to overcome some adversity. So they do manage to do it. Interesting. So this is for the whole world. That's the World card. Now the World has a firm foundation, so very solid. So they can only go so far. You know, some can be more far-fetched than others. This is fascinating. Some would like to cause fear and anxiety. So many hidden truths and gifts. This is about balance. They just said pick up the base card. Well, all right, bossy. That would make sense. Justice. This is them coming together in balance. Now I'm going to ask, this is a frequent thing. I got I just said, is it frequent? Is it very frequent? And I got an Ace of Swords. Yes. Truth coming out. Okay. All right. Another major arcana card, the Faith card. Now, when it's well aspected like that, it is supposed to make you hone in and sharpen your spirituality skills. Okay. Now, it can cause chaos with some people, so I guess it just depends. You got to use your discernment. All right. What was the other part of that? Does this also happen for certain online videos and interviews? Okay. So maybe some of the things that we watch to educate ourselves. We don't know. It could be anything, but let's see. Now, if we get a lot of sword cards, that can represent media, television, movies, interviews, those kind of things. You said online, so technology. Let's see. Does this also happen for interviews and things? All right. Ooh, more often than you realize. This is give and take. I told you swords would come in here. A lot of our truth has been stolen from us. That's a Thief card. But now they've had to balance themselves out. I think this is under good guy control now. Because this is switching from one to the other. 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Going from one density to the other. And wind. It's crazy. So they've changed from being a thief. Now, I'm not saying it's all cleaned up because we know better than that. But do they use interviews and things like that? Absolutely. The Strength card. Now, this is better off than some of the other things. Where I think we're better off now. The Ten of Pentacles is this is wrapping up. This is coming to an ending. This is a gift from the universe. It being cleaned up. What is your base card on this one? Well, all right. I'll take it. A Sun card comes back in here. These things are being cleaned up. Of course, always use your personal discernment. You know, is this reliable? There's nothing wrong with getting confirmation through spiritual leaders, and whoever you feel comfortable with, then that's what you go with. And if I say something that doesn't sit right with you, it's okay. You know, just say, you know what? That doesn't sit right. I'd rather get a different opinion. You do it, darling. I think this is your last one, sweetheart. The word doctor has the word rot spelled backwards, also dog. Okay. Is cod short for code? So one can say doctor means rot code. Pure coincidence? Interesting. I'm going to answer that and then I'll tell you what I've learned. The word doctor has got maritime law meaning behind it, but let's see. Doctor means rot code. That's kind of sick, isn't it? If that's the way it is. Pure coincidence? Let's see. Is that part of the reason doctor is used? We know they practice on us, right? Can you tell us about this word doctor? Wow. Yeah. Okay, so here's what they're manifesting. This is Queen of Pentacles is someone who can manifest anything she wants. Well, if you kind of look at it, doctors can do that too. What is their goal? To take the collective and keep them down. That's a surrender card. This also like being on death's door. Being stabbed in the back that many times, yeah. You are onto something, sweetheart. Let's see what else we got. Yes, I will, Spirit. Thank you. This card that I pulled has to do with maritime law. When a ship comes in, it has to dock at the dock. Okay, this is about maritime law because this is why they do footprints of the babies before their feet can touch the land, because under their law we've been born at sea dead. Once they do that by a doctor. Why do you think they named it the birth canal? Get you thinking. They can play on words. What's your base card on this? Hoodwink you. To trick you. To twist words. Those are swords. To trick the words. If you've never studied that, maritime law and the terminology and the vocabulary they use in the court of law, that will tell you a whole lot, sweetheart. And if you need help navigating through that, if you haven't already, which you're great about looking a little everywhere, I'd be more than happy to help you if you want. Now, I think that was it. And thank you for everybody who's been commenting since we lost. We're working with the internet. The wind is really bad, but I don't think that's really the issue. And I apologize if my energy's off. I've been up really before the sun came up, so I'm just tired too, but no excuse. I want you all to know that I love you, and I love being with you, and I love these shows. I know Jen looks weird today because her hair is braided. It's all right. My daughter wanted to braid my hair. She wanted to French braid it, and I said, I'm not French, I'm American. Anyway, all right, that's all the coffee questions, and that's all the ones that were in the chat that I saw. Now, if there were others, I don't think there were, because Nadia didn't catch any other ones either. I wouldn't have caught them. If you do have more, email them to me. I'll answer them. And if not, I'll get them on Wednesday, even before the round table. It's not a problem. And we are going to continue round table I think it's part 3 for studying Revelation. So I've been deep diving into the Native American stuff, which is interesting. Maybe that's why I got my hair braided. I don't know. Let's do your oracle cards, guys, and we'll have gone about an hour. And hopefully it won't take all day to upload it. Thank you for being patient with me. All right, as always, we do Angel of Abundance. All right. I don't know that we've had this. I don't know. This is called Clearing Debts. The spirit of the unicorn and someone riding it. That's beautiful. Clearing debts. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You notice they don't just say financial, emotional debts. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. I mean, sometimes you have to say no, or I'm not going to do this anymore, and you set those boundaries to make sure you're not indebted spiritually, financially, emotionally. Don't let something hold you back. If you've got to say no and get rid of the debt of someone that keeps taking and taking and taking, say no, not doing it anymore. And it will lighten your burden. Everybody's made different. If it doesn't sit right with you, then don't do that either. Some people have to, they thrive on it. The more chaos, the better. You do you, boo. Who's our archangel today? Can Jen pronounce it? Archangel Shamuel. Shamuel, not Samuel, Shamuel. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. I probably am. Or Chamuel. I'll hold it. It says, open your heart to give and receive love. Your essence is love. That's beautiful. I don't know that we've had this one. Y'all pronounce it however you want to. You don't have to be Southern. All right. What does this card mean? When you receive this card, your guidance is to reevaluate all your relationship with eyes of love. Well, I sense the theme here. Open your heart to everyone, especially those who are challenging. When you can accept them as they are, your heart chakra radiates a glorious white-pink light. Your aura becomes warm and inviting, and people behave differently towards you. Look at personal and world situations with a wise, compassionate heart. Do not enter into dramas in thought, word, or deed. Good advice. I'm guilty of it too. Rather, ask Archangel Shemuel to help you raise the vibrations of lower situations with the power of your heart energy. Love, people. Love, love, love. But they're right. Don't get wrapped up in drama. Just love. Walk away. It doesn't serve anyone any good. We get you, Spirit. All right. Our Sacred Forest Oracle today. This is beautiful. Guardians of the Land. Protection. Beautiful. I don't know if we've had it or not. I don't know. But it is a beautiful card. Guardians of the Land. Protection. The spirit of the Guardians of the Land says, you are safe and surrounded by a protective shield. You are not alone. Your life is guided and protected by higher forces. Within this, you can soar to great heights. Just remember, no matter what you do, you have a divine protector. And all of the divinity of the heavenly hosts, they are with you. Okay? And you've got us, you know, as a collective too. We love you and protect you. Love yourself. So, personal guides, spirits, angels, you name it. It could be any of them. All right, let's do your chakra oracles. These are the 3 final cards, and I try to do them in order that I draw them so I don't get out of order of what spirit wants. The first card that came up today was Instinct. It's the color gray. Instinct says, and it's the wolf of white light. To step into the light, we let go of all senses other than our pure instinct. When unfiltered, it guides us to the high ground and the help of our angels. This is a time to be the protector or to be protected. Wow, our oracle or spirit, the forest one just said that too. You will know which role that you're in. All right. Do you need to protect someone, or are you the one that needs protected? All right. The second card, I love when oracles, because I don't study them, I just randomly shuffle and pull them each. So I love it when they all have a theme. They come together. Spirit's beautiful. The second one is joy. Gotta love this card. Joy, joy, joy. All right. Dancing daisies. This vibrational energy is walking on air. A pure essence of joy comes through detachment. Don't hold on to stuff. Daisy yellow brings joy, but does not experience it. Its purpose is to radiate what is inside. This powerful energy moves your projects forward. It is too detached to be creative, but will draw in assistance necessary to further your goals. We can all use a little help, right? Guidance and protection. Your final card today is Despondence. What is this one? Despondence. Violet Iris. You have all the answers you need within. This card may indicate an emotional tie that no longer serves you. Remember, how you relate to the issue is the issue. Obstacles are removed when you change your relationship to them. All right. Well, some of the other cards are saying the same thing. Just love people and walk away. If they don't emotionally serve you, let Spirit and the Divine protect you. Okay? Or maybe you're the one that needs to do the protecting of someone else. Just do it with love. Open your heart. Have that joy. And one of the most important things you can do is gratitude. Absolute gratitude. And I have it today. Even though the live didn't work very well, I have gratitude that I have the ability to come on here and still do this. I'm very grateful for you guys. Very, very grateful for a lot of things. Love on each other. Love yourself. No spitting on the mirror, remember? All right. Have gratitude. Love your Creator. Love one another. Be blessed. I will see you on Wednesday for our round table so we can get into this burning of our brain cells. It's beautiful. Got to ask questions. It's just being done so you will think, and maybe you can look into it on your own as well. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you all the beautiful copies. DHP, like I said, you've completed your challenge or the giveaway. You contact me, sweetie. Email me and or you got my number. Just call me. Whatever you want to do. You earned a reading, whether you want it. I think you've earned 2 readings. You do with them what you want to, darling. And I'm still mathing everybody else. But his the one that stood out more than anybody. If you have questions about the giveaway, guys, just holler at me. Just send me a text message and tell me who you are, and if I don't already have you in my address book. Okay? All right, guys. I love you. Have a blessed day. Have a very, very happy Monday. I love you. Thank you for being patient with me, even through the internet crap. Okay? Love and lights when you need it. All right? Blessings, blessings. I love you. Thanks for joining me.